Good morning, it's Tuesday. I'm kind of feeling, I know it's day 2, but I'm kind of feeling a daily vlog this week. Kind of feeling it. It is 5:51 a.m. I actually logged on to my office job this morning to do some overtime and then realised I didn't have the information that I needed. That is one downfall of being up to do things early because nobody else is around to ask. So I asked the questions and I think I'll log on later and see if anybody has responded. Now I'm just editing the vlog from yesterday, remembering that I have some jars to demold because when I edit, I'm like, oh, beautiful faces that I pull while honestly, I get to see myself from all kinds of angles. I remembered that I'd made those jars with those pigments yesterday. I actually ran out of concrete, so the reason it was so messy was I was like pouring half bits into all 3 of them and then realised I didn't actually have enough concrete or cement concrete, whatever, for all 6 jars. So then I ended up having to like decant. It was a whole thing. So if they don't work out, I'll understand why. But I'm going to go and pick some more up after I take Milo to school this morning. Okay, I'm demoulding these ones that I made yesterday with the pigments in them. And we won't really know what the colours look like until they've dried out later, because right now they're going to look a lot darker than they will. But this is kind of my first attempt at pouring in layers, so I wasn't expecting them to be perfect. However, colour-wise, interesting. I'm going to buy some more concrete later and we'll see if I can get a smoother result. So I bought this. This is the stuff I got last week that worked really well. Quick set concrete ready to use, which means I don't have to mix it with anything. And I have been sieving it into this to put into the utility room. I'm using my sieve, which has now been donated to the cause. It sieves out all of the little stones. I'll show you the kind of stones that are in there. Obviously, there's still going to be little bits of stuff, but it sieves out all of that. But there's still enough like sand and little tiny aggregate type stuff that kind of keeps it strong. But this is the best way that I've found so far that is fairly one step like the cemental that Americans have. And then I've got these little sandwich boxes to put my pigments in. These have dried so quickly. I'm saying this, we'll see. Maybe they'll fall apart and I'm doing this too early. But they seem totally solid. The idea is to do black jars for Halloween. I know that probably sounds absolutely mad because it's June, but this is a one-man operation. Obviously, me and Karen are going to do the candles and the wax melts together, but the concrete stuff is just me. So if we want to do a collection of something, because it's all handmade, we need to really think ahead. Oh my God, I love it. There's some real ASMR going on with these. Oh my God. I know that this is not going to be the colour because it will lighten up. I immediately want to make more. I'm gonna make more black ones straight away. That is so cool. Tuesday is McDonald's after school day and we got McFlurries. And I'm gonna put my McFlurry in the freezer because it is the best in the freezer. I leave it to like completely get solid because if you look at the amount of ice cream that's in there, it's like half a Haagen-Dazs or a Ben & Jerry's. If you eat it as it comes, it's like a 5-minute snack. If you wait for it to solidify in the freezer, I can make that last days. So the blackened jars are drying out. They're definitely not as black as I would like. More experimenting will be needed. Good morning. It is, what day is it? Wednesday. I'm like, what? I woke up this morning. I did some overtime for work at like 5 till now. And now it's like 7:40. And I woke up this morning and was like, what? And I genuinely thought it was Friday. And it took me a minute, and I just can't quite shake off that what day is it feeling. So I'm testing this sealant that I used yesterday to see whether or not anything comes through it, watch this space. If not, I'm gonna pour wax in it, because that's the real test. I mean, that's not the real test at all. The real test is whether or not I can get it to smell like something. I'm really struggling with the candles, and I'm hoping that that is because the candles that we've been using so far are 20 centilitres, which is not a huge candle. This is like a small room candle. I put one of these in the downstairs bathroom yesterday, closed the door. You know, I realised unattended and whatever, but this was for testing and I knew it was burning. I closed the door, came back, and I could smell the candles. So now I have to test loads of different ones in different spaces. Most of the rooms in my house and Karen's house are kind of open planish. Even the living room is it's like a relatively large space. So I'm trying to find different areas of the house where I could test to see whether the hot throw is just, we need to try and expand it for a larger room, or if it's just not working at all. I am exhausted. I have been working today, and after work, I was pouring concrete jars, and now it's 8 o'clock and I've made dinner, and I think I'm just going to pass out after eating this dinner. I literally made a video this week about, like, you know, don't just pass out after you eat because it won't make you feel good. I'm exhausted. I mean, this is going to be serious carb coma. I made a mascarpone and tomato sauce. Whew, nice splatter everywhere. That I'm going to have with some black pepper and some parmesan. And we're finally going to watch the end of Succession. And then I'm going to sleep. I know it's all I'm talking about and some of you don't care, but I just wanted to share. This is a lot. And a lot of them didn't make the cut. That's just the ones that did. I have sealed all of those ones, and I've got some extras out here, some of which are still curing to be demolded. But tomorrow I'm going to share with you how I was sealing them, because initially I was like painting them all individually by hand, and then I just thought, this is insane. There are so many of them. You've got to the particular sealant that I've got, you've got to do multiple coats while it's still wet, so you can't let it dry. So I kind of had like a dunk method. I'll show you tomorrow. It's been a few days. I've been really suffering in this heat. I don't know if it's hay fever. I don't know. My throat feels like it's going to close up. It's horrible. Anyway, I'm about to demold these pots, which are red. Very excited about this. I was using quick drying concrete, and because of the heat, it was like actually drying too quickly. Like as I was mixing it in the bowl, it was drying. So I thought, right, I'm gonna go and get actual cement and sand and mix it together and see if I can make like really smooth vessels. And I tried them out yesterday and it was perfect. So I've also got some pigments to play with. I wish I'd done this from the beginning, honestly, because this is, I mean, it's so smooth. Annoyingly, I ordered a load of wax because today is Saturday and I'm going to Karen's house, and we were going to have a full session trying to build up some stock of the stuff that we know works. But my order never arrived, so that's annoying. So I'm going to go to Karen's house. We're going to do a little bit of something, but I think it's going to be mostly branding. Like, we're going to work on some labels and that stuff. But I'm really, I mean, Christmas jars. I've had my nails taken off for the first time in years because I kept getting concrete on like between the nail and the like gel layer. But it actually feels, I mean, it feels weird when after like 24 hours, they're going to feel kind of almost sore. It's really strange when you have your nails taken off. It used to be the same when, because I wore nail polish like constantly. Whenever I took my nail polish off after like months and months of having it on, my nails always felt sore. And I've read a lot about it. It's like the top layer being exposed. Whatevs. Anyway, I'm going home now. I have spent the day with Karen. We have, oh my God, let me show you. It's so funny. We've been making things. We've been testing new fragrances. And I was running late and I made some candles. Let me show you the state of these candles. Made some candles. These are just testers. They're in the footwell of my car. These were the first ones. These were like with soy, which I don't love. Soy on its own. I like a soy blend We're playing with like coconut wax, all kinds of things right now. These are the other ones. These have turned out quite well, although we need to deal with sinkholes. This was the runniest one as I first started driving, and it's gotten everywhere. Our wax melts are nearly good to go. We're just waiting on a little bit of feedback from a few people, but the candles will be the next thing that we're going to send out to people for testing. Some people have received them, like that we know, like family and friends, but then to strangers from that email list, we're going to send out some candles to get tested. Once we've got the formula that we're like, right, we think this works, then they will go out and then we'll know. On Father's Day, we went to the Yorkshire Wildlife Park. If you've not been, it's in Doncaster, and it's so great, so much better than it used to be.
Go down.
Oh, yeah? I'll hold a hand.
Come on then.
Go over there. She's holding on to my...
I know I'm biased, but I think she's a beautiful genius. This morning I do not want to be awake at 5 o'clock, but Ella needs me to take her to the train station. I mean, it's been so much harder with this hot weather. I wake up and my whole face feels like it's welded shut together, and I feel like my head is full of water. It's just like, Ella has to be at the train station for 6 because she's going somewhere with work today. So she was like, will you get up at 5? Could you take me? I'm like, yeah, no problem. Really regretting some decisions right now. Possibly the first face mask I have put on in months? I don't know. Anyway, oh, did I show you? Here's my little setup now. I put up a shelf the other day. I've always wanted to put a shelf here, although I kind of always liked the idea of it being a shelf that it entirely extended all the way across there. So that's why I placed the struts or the supports like that, because I think at some point I'll replace that and get a piece of wood that goes all the way across there instead. But they're all of my jars that are kind of sealed. Oh, these... I'm not done with these. These are just like tester ones, but these are my first attempt at little mini match pots. My nails are horrendous. That's all like dye. How cute is this? It's got little seashells in it. And then I've done one that's got some like, I don't even know what stone that would be. Just little chips of things. One that's got gold flakes, and I'll show you that. That's in, I've got these gold flakes. That's in the living room. So that's the little match pots. These are the regular pots. I'm trying to do as many black ones as possible. This, I'm testing a different wax and wick. And these are 12 new black jars that I've just sealed, and they are drying. So now I need to clean up the kitchen. Done. Oh, I really do love this. They're gonna like not as they dry, but I wish that they would stay this color. Also, I'm still looking for, I've got a good sealant, but they're still kind of dusty on the outside. So I know I'm looking for something. I don't want to varnish them, but like a matte varnish. Is that a thing? This is the beauty that is the little gold flake match pot. How cute is that? I think these matches may be a little overkill. Do you think they're a bit too tall? Probably. And then it's got a little match strip on the back. I was originally going to do a larger pot like this, and it was going to have a lid. And then I did that for myself, and I was like, the matches are going to be enormous. They don't have to be enormous to make sense, or small. I don't know. So I decided to do smaller ones, and I'm much happier with this. I think that looks really cute next to, I mean, this is a mess. This has got wax all over it, but let's pretend. I think that looks really cute. I've also got things burning all over the house. I think I'm going nose blind. The problem with testing all these candles at once is I have to remember where they all are in the house when I have to leave the house. So as I was saying, I haven't done a face mask in the longest time, and that is kind of indicative of just generally how well I've been taking care of myself. Whew, it's red, which is not well. I've just kind of been eat, sleep, sit on the sofa, eat, sleep. Obviously I'm doing other stuff, but I'm just kind of going through the motions at the moment a little bit, and it's always a good indicator for me when I realise I've kind of stopped taking care of myself. I've said this before, but stuff like skincare and washing my hair. Some of you will get this and some of you will be like, you are gross. And you know, some of you are my people and some of you are not my people. That is basically what it comes down to. And I overshare and am way too candid for those of you who totally get it and are like, yes, it's not just me. I can now tell you, hand on heart, that I truly, truly do not care about the people who would say, you're so gross. I just don't care. It's gone now. It's just gone. I've lost the will to scold is what it makes me think of. I've lost the will to care. That's probably indicative of something else. Anyway, just kind of cluing you in. It's not been great up here, but I've been using my in the zone time to do the candle stuff. I'm just, you know, just feel like, I think it's kind of a little bit of escapism. The stuff that I do, the little obsessive hobbies, although this is different because this feels legitimate. But my little obsessive hobbies that I kind of throw myself into are like escapes from real life. And I get to just be like in a zone, totally on my own. No one's asking me any questions. And I'm just like, I don't want to think about anything else. Don't want to think about real life. I'm just doing this little thing that I'm doing right now. And that's where I've been. That's why this vlog has probably taken me 3 weeks to actually put together. Anyway, I've got to go and get Milo now. I'm actually picking up Milo's friend as well because his friend's mum, just to put things in perspective, his friend's mum is in hospital. You know, perspective is king. Also, there's some stuff that's going on, not with my immediate, in my household family, but family stuff that is not fun, and that is not helping. That is not helping me up here either. But I'm gonna go shortly. I'm gonna go to school. I think I'm gonna pop into Asda first and get some stuff for tea.
A little squirrel. I feel like he's looking directly at us. There must be another one in here. Oh wow! I've seen so many squirrels recently. He's just scurrying up the tree. Look, there he is. Oh, so cute.
Yeah, it must be the weather for them, because just this past week I've seen tons of them just running around near where we live.
When did Scots come back? I think I love this. £14. I think that looks really cute.
Oh, they've got like a midi skirt version, which I definitely prefer.
I was queuing behind a man that bought about 100 scratch cards, and it just felt like I should buy one.
But the question is, are we a winner? Time will tell. It was not a winner. And I woke up like this. I did wash my hair though. I'm going to the office today. So I felt like I kind of had to get myself together a little bit. I've just been allowing, it's one of those times where what is happening? One of those times that if I didn't have to leave the house, it could get to the point where I'm like, I'm just in my pajamas all day. And that isn't fantastic for my mental health. I just lean into not caring for myself, truthfully. Just be like, and so having to actually leave the house once a day is good. But occasionally having to go into the office is a bit of a reset. It's like, right, pull yourself together. You're a human person. You're not just a pile of clothes. But I've definitely been feeling just off it recently. I don't know if it's the weather or stuff that's actually going on, or it's just hormonal stuff. Also, the whole like breakouts that I'm getting on my jaw, which I'm testing out some different products to see if I can get rid of that. If I find like this works, you will be the first to know. But it's been really bad. And I wonder if I am going through like a weird hormonal wave, because along with this, my mind it seems to be, they're both spiraling out of control. But anyway, wouldn't be one of my vlogs without me oversharing. Off to work today, so I'm gonna attempt to start another vlog that doesn't take me 3 weeks to edit and put out. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.